Hey Scouts, Ian here. Today we're doing Tenderfoot 4A, which is a lot of first aid stuff, and there's a lot, and if you guys don't need to know all of them because you guys probably already know some of them, like simple scrapes, you can skip to the timestamps here. Let's get into the first aid. Alright, so now we're going to go over simple cuts and scrapes. Now, the first thing you gotta do is when you get a cut, like let's say here, the first thing you gotta do is you gotta wash it. There's blood coming out with soap and water. Make sure all the dirt's out. Second thing you gotta do is take some antiseptic, or however you say it, which is like Neosporin or alcohol wipe, and then you squirt it all over the wound. Then you take a band-aid and you smash it down so it stays. Alright, let's talk about blisters. Now, the most common place you're going to get a blister is on your foot while you're hiking, because probably you don't have good shoes on, or you got a rock or something like that. You'll feel it because it'll start getting hot, and then it'll start to hurt when you walk on it, just a little bit. Now, if you're doing a day hike, it won't be that big of an issue because there's just a mile left and you're done. But if you're doing a backpacking trip, that's where it gets into the nitty-gritty. You got to put moleskin on. And if you take off your boot and sock, and if you see a big blister, which is like a bump or something, you could easily push it and pop it. Don't pop it. There's a way higher chance you're gonna get infected. What you're gonna do is you're gonna do moleskin. You're gonna do a cutout like so, and you're gonna put it around the blister. And then you're gonna take off the back elastic. And you're gonna slap it on. And there you have it. Alright, next we're gonna go over first degree burns. Now, first degree burn is the lightest burn possible you can get. And it's probably gonna be in the shape of a sunburn. It's gonna be red, and it's gonna be out from being in the sun without putting on sunscreen. So the best way to prevent this is to wear sunscreen or to not touch very hot stuff. And there isn't much you could do to treat this. Remove it from the heat, cover it up if you burnt it, or put more sunscreen on it if you're going to be out. But if it hurts too bad, you can always put on aloe vera and just slap it on there. Alright, now we're going to talk about bites and stings of insects and wasps and bees and good stuff, and ticks. So, if you're going to get bit by let's talk about spider bites first. You can tell it's a spider bite because the bite's yellow, and normal mosquito bites aren't yellow. If you get bit by a spider, and if you see the spider, try to identify the spider, because if it's a black widow or a brown recluse, you're in trouble. If you don't know what spider bit you, the best thing you can do is take a Sharpie, draw a big circle around it, and if it swells up to bigger than the Sharpie, then you need to call poison control, because it's probably one of those two spiders, which are very bad and can create a big hole in your skin, which is bad. Alright, bees and wasps. Bee stings you can tell because there's going to be a stinger left in your arm. What you got to do is you got to take out the stinger afterwards and make sure that they don't have an allergic reaction. If they have an allergic reaction, you got to take them to the hospital. But a lot of people don't have allergic reactions, so there's not much else you can do other than treat for the pain. Wasps are the exact same thing, except there's no stinger, so it's easier. Mosquito bites, there's not much you can do. You can throw on some afterbite, and there you go. And ticks, there's this thing called a tick key that they sell at REI. They could just go whop with them, or get tweezers and just pull it out. But you want to pull it out before it burrows under the skin. And the thing with ticks is they can carry diseases, so you got to watch out and make sure that you don't get sick afterwards. Alright, next we're going to talk about venomous snake bites. So here in the Pacific Northwest, we only have one dangerous animal, one venomous snake, which happens to be the rattlesnake. So if you get bit by a rattlesnake, it's easy to tell because their tail goes shh and makes a rattle noise. Then you need to call 911 because it's venomous and you need to go there and get help, because or if not, it's going to be bad for you. But for other snake bites, like a garden snake, there's not that much that's going to happen. You're just going to have 2 dots in your arm, That's gonna probably be bleeding, and just treat it like you treat a regular scrape. Alright, next we're gonna go over nosebleeds. Now, nosebleeds can either be caused by injury like that or something with a little more force, or it could be because it's really hot and it used to be cooler, and then that makes the blood cells like warm up and energize, and it's a lot of complicated stuff. But it could also be because it just got hot out all of a sudden. So how to treat a nosebleed is to take a tissue or a paper towel or something, and you're gonna squeeze your nose like this, and then you're gonna talk in an amazing voice, and then you're gonna lean forward so that the nose doesn't go down your the blood doesn't go down your throat, but out this way, not down your throat, out this way. You're gonna lean forward like this, and you're gonna pinch until the blood stops, and it's gonna clot in your nose. And yeah. Alright, next we're gonna go over frostbites and sunburns. Sunburns are easy. Get out of the sun, or cover it up. There you go. Or put on sunscreen, and if the burn hurts too bad, you could either put it in cold water, or you could stick some aloe vera on there. There you go. And frostbite. What you gotta do with a frostbite is it's gonna be, if you guys don't know what frostbite is, it's when your fingers start to hurt because it's too cold outside. You're probably in snowy area. So what you gotta do is you gotta go to a warmer environment, and then take your hand and put it under your shirt like this, because your core is the warmest part of your body, and it will warm up, but not too fast, and it will make the frostbite feel better and not get to a worse condition. There you go. Alright, so now we're gonna go over choking. So the universal sign to show choking is this. So if you see someone going like this, they're probably choking. Like my buddy Alec here. Alec, try to cough up what you're choking. He's not doing it. So what we gotta do is you gotta go Limp Biscuit, and then we gotta do 5 back hits like that. With more pressure than what I'm doing. Try to knock it out from the back. If that doesn't work, what you're gonna do is the Heimlich maneuver, which is you put your hands like this, one over the other, and then you go in and rotate up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then if he hasn't coughed it out yet, you repeat until he stops choking. And there you have it. And that's it for today, Scouts. Now remember, once you see this and you're ready to go and talk to an older scout and be like, hey, I finished this requirement. And you go talk it over with them and show them how to do it so you can get it signed off in your book. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Comment down below what you want to see next time. I'll see you later. Peace out.